So let me show you how to create a stunner author website. Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Sharpe. I'm an award nominee and best-selling author of suspense novels, and lately I got a lot of emails asking me how did I create my author website. Well, in this video I'm going to show you how. Alright, so let me first show you what my website looks like and what, in my opinion, an author website should need. So let's go to jsharpefiction.com. There we go. Da-da-da. So this is my home page. You see some things coming in here. On my home page, the first thing you will see is a pop-up here to join my readers club. These are all things we can set up. I'll show you how that works a little bit further down the video. So this is my home page. This tells a little bit who I am and what type of service I provide. So in my opinion, a home page, it should be very clear what type of website this is. So it's very clear that this is about suspense novels, short stories. I also have tutorials and services. And here it explains a little bit more about those services and what they are, who I am, and what other people say about me. So that's basically my home page. Now you can add a lot of things. Here on the top you see several things. You see a news page, an about page, about my books, about my tutorials and services, and you can just add whatever you like. Using Elementor, that's the program that we're going to use, is the easiest way by far to create the website that you have in mind. So it's basically the sky's the limit what you can do with this. To show you just some examples, just open a random page. This is one of my books. Yeah, this is one of my videos. Book trailers will pop up here. It tells you a little bit about the books. So stuff like this, but also let's go to my about page. So here we have my about page. Also, I like to work with video. I'm a 3D animator as well, so that's why I use a lot of videos. You've got my workshops with toolbox. This is a little bit a different type of website, or part of my website. So here's just a little bit about all the tools I use. Here's Elementor as well. So this is a little bit of things you can do, and the sky is really the limit. This is just how I use it. Now, the first thing, if we want to set up, the first thing we need to have is some web hosting. Now, if you want to go to find some web hosting, I always recommend, I think I have it right here, SiteGround. SiteGround is one of the biggest and easiest ways to create your web hosting, and it works with WordPress, with Woo, cloud hosting you also have. I always recommend using WordPress. I think that's one of the easiest ways to create your website. And Elementor is WordPress, as part of WordPress, I should say. So it works with WordPress. So if you want to use Elementor, you'll need WordPress. So we need web hosting. So go to siteground.com. And first of all, what is web hosting? Web hosting basically means that if you type in, let's say, www.google.com, and look at google.com, that if you type google.com, that you will go to this site. But this is not actually the site itself. Normally the site should have a lot of numbers and digits, so you should type in a certain amount of numbers and digits to come to this site. But of course we can't remember all those digits and numbers, so they want to make it a little bit easier, so you can create a different name. Another example is if you use the free WordPress account that a lot of people have, then it should say, let's go back to my old websites to show you that, Sharpe Books, I think it's still, yeah, it's still up. So this is actually a free website hosting of WordPress. I think it's WordPress.com. Normally, if you don't change this name, it should say www.jsharpebook.wordpress.com. But of course, you don't want that. You want to have .com or .nl and not have a .wordpress in between those letters. And why? Because it doesn't rank as good as .com or .nl hosting. So you want a very easy and good to remember site name. Now, to be able to do that, you can do that on a free site. If you want to go to wordpress.com and you know everything free, you can set up this all for free. The only thing you pay is then to change this name. So again, you don't want to have jsharpebooks.wordpress.com, but jsharpebooks.com. You pay about, I think it's $10 a year or something, or $20 a year. So if you want to have a site relatively cheap, you can do it like this. But then you are very limited in what you can do, and you need to do everything on the back side. So I can't click on the books and change something. If you click on the books here, I can't, I'm in the outside now, so I can't actually go in here and change things, and it's a little bit harder to do. In Elementor, you just click on here and you can just change and copy and paste whatever you like. So let's go back to SiteGround. To set this up, you click on Get Started of your web hosting, and we have several options. You can go to Startup for $3.95 a month. You go Grow Bigger, and you can go Geek. If you just have one website, I recommend the Startup. You have one website, you have up to 10,000 visitors a month. And if you go big, you have more visitors, more web space, unlimited websites. So you can add, if you have several websites, you can use this as well. And if you actually have a lot of visitors every month, you always can upgrade to Go Geek. So normally you should start with the Startup. So you go Get Plan. And here you can enter the domain name. Now, first of all, you'll need to find a name that isn't already existing. So if I type in facebook.com, it will say proceed. It will say error, and you've chosen an invalid domain name because somebody is already using facebook.com, namely Facebook. So you want to create a new website that isn't yet being created. So when I just had this website at jsharpebooks.com, I actually wanted to have this name again, but I couldn't find the place where it was stored, so I couldn't use it anymore. So I need to have a new name. That's why my new website is called jsharpfiction.com. So you just enter your domain name. You can choose for .com, but you also can choose for .nl, .org, whatever you like. Most people use .com, or if you're in the Netherlands like me, you can use .nl as well. It says here what it cost you. So the domain name, the registration is $13.95 a year. So then you proceed. Let us find one. Let's go 1, 2, 3 fiction. Let's see what we have. Is it available? 123fiction.com. Yeah, it was. So 123fiction.com will be our new website. Now, after you have that, you can fill up all your information, your email, your password, your country, your payment information, the hosting service. It is really quite self-explanatory. You can choose whatever you like, so domain registration. Also, if you also have a privacy domain, you can include that as well. If you have a site to scanner as well, it's all things you can add, and it says here what it is. Now after that, you see the total, you can go to payout. Now, I can't show you that now because otherwise I'm actually going to create this website and I don't want to do that. But after you click on payout, there's just one more thing you need to do, and that's connect SiteGround to, yes, I know. You can connect SiteGround to WordPress, but it will just say up here, connect to WordPress, and within 2 clicks you have it connected. So after that, after you've done that, let's go to jsharpfiction.com to show you the inside. So after you connect it, you will get access to this part right here. So this is the inside of your WordPress dashboard. This is basically the same dashboard as you will have when you have the free page of WordPress. So it works the same. So we're now in the, let's go back here. We're now the inside of WordPress. And now you can change everything that you want. Now the first thing I would suggest is creating Elementor or let Elementor create your website for you. To do that, we need to go to plugins, and we're going to install plugin. There we go. Now you see already have some plugins right here. we have the Extra Pro, we have a contact form, Elementor, Elementor Pro, redirection. These are all things that I already have plugged in. If you don't have that, of course, in the beginning, you just have 2 or 3, which you can discard, by the way, because you're not going to use it. If you want to install Elementor, you just go here to the search terms, you type in Elementor, it says here, Elementor. Now, I already have it installed, but you click on Elementor and it will pop up and you can install that. So Elementor is a free program. You can use it completely for free. You will have access not to the complete things, you can't do everything, but you can do a lot of things. And in a second I will show you what the difference is. I actually went pro, so I have unlimited access to all the things. So let's dive into the front of the website to show you how you can create this website using Elementor. Alright, so before we're going to do that, we're first going to change a couple of things here inside, because we want to have the settings set up correctly as well. Because you see here on the top you say Howdy Bakker, that's basically my email address. If you want to change that to your own personal name, for instance, or you want to change something else of your settings, you go to here and you go edit my profile. So now you're inside of your profile and you can change whatever you basically like. So you can change your visuals, your admin color scheme. Here you can change your name, your display name. So this basically always see here, we can change that as well. Your contact, your biography info. So what it tells a little bit about yourself or about your website. If you want to include a profile pic, you can also change that there. So these are the tools that you can change. Now we have also, if you go here a little bit, scroll down to the settings, you can change general settings as well. Like for instance the title. And I want to say something about your title, because this is something that will pop up in Google as well. A lot of people will say, you see here suspense novels, tutorials, Sharpe fiction. Most people will do it vice versa. They start with the name of the website or your own name, so in this case Sharpe fiction, and after that they will put suspense novels or tutorials. But remember, Google mostly only looks at the left side of your website. This is the first thing that they're going to see. So if somebody is looking for suspense novels and they don't know me, they won't go to my website, they won't find my website. So I always want to start with a couple of keywords here, so Google knows a little bit what type of website this is. And if somebody types in suspense novels, you have more chance that they will end up on my website. So you can just add that and change that whatever you like. You can have a tagline and all the other things that you want to change here. And after that you go just to click to save changes. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to create some pages. So it's very easy to do, and again guys, I'm not going to go too deep in every single thing you can do using WordPress or using Elementor, because there will gonna be a video of 3 hours. So there are more videos on YouTube that's going to go a little bit deeper. Just a quick summary to get you started. So go to pages and then we click add new, and then we create our new page. Now let's say I already have a home page, so I won't be able to create one, but let's say I want to create a video about creating your author website. So if you want to create this page, you just type that in, and after that you click publish, then you click publish again. There we go. And now our page is published. Now what we can do, we can go to view page. If we do that, we just basically will see this on our website. Or we can create a new page. If you want to create a new page, you just go here to add new and create more pages. So if you can start with the home page, or if you have some books, you can release your books. And don't be afraid, because we just have a title here. We're gonna actually go into this page to set everything up using Elementor, like you can see here as well. This is just to create the page and the page name itself. After you do that, so let's say we created about, I don't know, 5 to 10 new pages. So you have an about page, you have your books page. In this case, we have a creating your author website page. After that, we need to make there we go, our menus. Now, what is a menu? A menu, let me show you what a menu is. Let's go back to my website. This is basically the menu. So what we just created, so what we see here, creating your author website, we can put that up here if we like. You don't have to, so not every single page that you create will appear here. Some pages you just won't, you don't want to have here. So it's completely up to you, and I will show you how that works. So we'll go to appearances, you go to menus, you click on menus, and you see all the pages that we created here. Now this is the new one, creating your author website. So if I want to include that to my menu, as you already can see, I have my menu here. You just think it on, you click add to menu, and then it will appear here on the bottom, and then we can just make it wherever we like. Now you see here some of these pages are a little bit more to the left, to the right than others. So if you created your page and you want it on a certain place, so let's say the home page right here, if you want to add your page to the menu, you click Think, you click Add to Menu, and then you can drag it to the place that you want to. So normally if you don't do anything, the default setting is that everything you add to the menu will appear right over here. But if you can see here as well, my home page is just one page. But if I go to Dutch books, you see several menus right here. Now, if you want to create that, then you go to Dutch books right here. So we place Dutch books. And I also created a page called Donkere Herinneringen. So this is one of my Dutch books. You do that the same way, make pages, add new page, type in Donkere Herinneringen in this case, and it will appear here. You think it on, you click it to add it to the website or to the menu, and then you basically can drag it to whatever you like. So let's say it was on the bottom, so we made a page Donkere Herinneringen, it will go right here, will be right here. Then you can drag whatever you like, the place you want to have it. So Donkere Herinneringen was at on my Dutch books. So if I do it right here on the beginning, it won't let me do that anyway. If you do that, if you have it in the beginning, then it will be up here as well. But we want to have that underneath Dutch books in this case. So in this case, you just drag it a little bit to the left and to the right, and then you will have it underneath this page right here. You can go even further if you like to, if you want to have an extra page or a third page underneath this page. You do the same thing, but then you just drag it a little bit more to the right. So that's how that worked with menus. All right, so one more thing before we're gonna leave this page is make sure if you scroll down to the menu settings that your display location is primary menu. That means that if you go to your website, it will appear here. So if you do everything correctly and you come back to your website and you see nothing here on the top, and then go back here to the menu settings and make sure that your primary menu is on. You can also have it as a footer or above the header menu or below the header menu. So you can put it wherever you like. I normally just use the primary menu. All right, so after this, we made our website now. We made our header. Oh, right here we made our header. And then we just need to go to themes right here. Yeah, I will. And to make sure that you get the look and the feel of your website that you like. Now you see here by default you have a certain amount of themes that you can choose for. And a theme basically means, like I just told you, the look and your feel of your website. So you can see hover a little bit above it, how it will look like if you choose that. So 2016, if you choose 2016, your website gonna look like this. So you will have your menu that you just created right here. We have something on the side, and of course you can change that as well. You can make your header a little bit more here. You can add this or change this, whatever you like. Same thing with the 2017. It's gonna look a little bit like different than the 2016 one, so you can choose whatever you like. These ones are free. I would suggest that you use the Astra theme. Astra theme is the one that you see over here. It's the one, I think it's the nicest themes there is. You can get one, just go to Google and type in Astra theme. I think it's 20 or 30 bucks a year or something. It's relatively cheap. And why is this so good? Because you can do a lot of things with it, and it works excellent with Elementor. So if you go buy the Astra theme, you can get a code. You could get it through your email address, the code, and we're going to use that code. So if you want to add one, just go add new. So let's say you downloaded Astra theme, you have your code, you bought the Astra theme, you have your code. You just go search here for Astra theme. Astra, and it says Astra theme. I already have it installed, but if you don't have it installed yet, you just go click download and click activate. It will ask you to leave to enter your code in, and then you're all set. You can activate it. So that's how you choose the right theme. Since we're busy with downloading anyway, let's download the Elementor theme as well. You can do that by going to Google and type in Elementor. You can go to my website, to my toolbox right here. You go to my website, you go to services, toolbox, you go to my toolbox, and if you scroll down, you see certain things that I use as an author, as a publisher, and as well as Elementor. And you can click here for more information to go to that website. Be careful though, if you go to this website, there's a link for the free version and there's a link for the paid version. And with the paid version, of course, you can do a lot of more things. So make sure that you click the right one. I would suggest starting out with a free one. And it can even be done easier if you want to start out with a free one, because you can just go to appearances, themes, like the same place that we already were to download the Astra theme, and you just click on or type in Elementor. Elementor. Oh, let me. You see here on the left, you see Hello Elementor. You can click on that one, activated, and then you should be all set to go. Once it is activated, you see it on the left, you see here Elementor, and you can change some settings inside of Elementor as well. We're not going to go into that today. Let me show you how to actually change your website using Elementor. So once you have everything set up, so let's create a new page. Let's go over from scratch. So we set everything up, and now we want to change our website. You can do that with a new page. Let me just show you how that works with the outside of your website, because you can change everything inside of the website. But if we go back to my toolbox and I'm already logged in, you see here on the left that I also can go to my dashboard. But when you're logged in, your computer will remember that. And so this will always be in the top. It's just for you, nobody will see that. So you can go back to your dashboard. So if you click on your dashboard, then you immediately will go back to this page right here. This is your dashboard. But you can also change here and edit with Elementor. So let's say I want to edit this page right here, this toolbox page. So you can do it in the inside. I'm going to do it from the outside, how I normally do that. You just go edit with Elementor. Since we installed Elementor, you will see this immediately. You click on edit with Elementor. And it will open up in a second if my internet works a bit with me. It's not that fast today. All right, so there we go. So now we have the same page, but now we have on the left, we have our Elementor settings. Now you see here basic and you see pro. So the basic is everything that you get if you have a free Elementor, if you have a free account with your Elementor. So we have our intersections, our headings, images, text editor, video, button, divider, a spacer, Google Maps, and an icon. There's actually more. Let me scroll down. So these are the pro things. So the things that if you buy Elementor that you also get. So you can include some post, portfolio, galleries, forms, logins, slides, navigation menus, animated headings, headlines, price list, price tables, flipboards, call to actions, media carousel, testimonial carousel, reviews. There's a lot of things that they have here. Here in downside here you have general. These are also the things included with the free one. So you also have an icon box, image carousel. So there's actually a lot of things you can start out with. I have the pro one because I think I need like price links I use a lot. I use the slides a lot. Login I use. So for me it's very handy. Now let me show you how easy it is to change something. So let me first change a website that I already have, and after that I will show you how to create one from scratch. So let's say I want to change this part right here. So you already see when I hover above it, it tells me that I can choose that and change that. So I hover above it, I go here on the right, it said edit text editor, and if I click on that, on the left here it will change, and I can actually change the thing that is written down here. You can do it here, you can also do it over here as well. I find it's easier to work here on the left hand side, so you can change whatever you like. So this is my toolbox. And you can change the settings here as well. So it works a little bit the same as Word. So you can have a bigger heading, for instance. You can make it bold, you can make it italic, whatever you like. So this is the content. Now if you click on style, you actually can change the style of this part as well. So if you say you want it more to the left or more to the right in this case, or more in the middle in the line, you can change it as you like. You can change the text color, typography, it's hard for me to pronounce. You can, for instance, make the size a little bit bigger or smaller. There are a lot of things you can do with that. So let's say you want to include an image, for instance. So you just click on the image, you drag it to the place you want to have it. So click it over here. Now you see here an image appear. You can click on choose image. You can upload one or choose one from your media file. So let's say let me choose one from my media file. So you want to say Elementor, for instance. You click insert media and you have the picture right here. Now same thing, this is a content, but you can make it smaller or bigger or whatever you like by clicking on the image size button here, your alignment, the style, you can change here as well, the width, the opacity. There's all things you can change, even advanced settings. You can go really deep into the things. I hardly use the advanced settings, but you can just see how deep you can go into these things. And you can add everything that you like over there. So if you want to include a video, works the same thing. You drag it to the place you want to have it. You can use a source like YouTube, but you can also have self-hosted. If your video is not that long, you can self-host it as well. And that way it works the same as we use the picture here. You can edit the same way as you did with the picture. And it works the same thing. You can adjust the style, you make it bigger, smaller, whatever you like. So you see it's very easy to work with. This is the text, so if you want to change and edit the text. The button is, let me show you a button. This is one of the buttons. So, and the nice thing of these buttons is, let me click and open. So here, if I click open this button, I immediately come into this settings right here. And you can change the text. You can add a link as well. And if you want to have the customers, if they click on a link, go to another page, you can leave it like this. But if you want to make sure that it opens in a new window, then hover over this links option to make sure you link this on. Otherwise, they will go off your website to go to that link, but they might not come back. So watch out for that. So this is basically how that works. This is just to show you how easy Elementor is to work with. Now let me show you how to create a page like this from scratch. Now we're gonna use our Create Your Author website page that we made a little bit earlier on in this video. So remember, if you want to create a page, you go to Pages, Add New Pages. Let me show you that again. Go to Add Pages, and then you can type in the page title. Now we're going to use the one that we already had, so go to All Pages. I can show you that as well. I can show you how that looks like. So this is all the pages that we created. So this is the one that we just created together, Create Your Author website. So there's nothing on it right now. So we're gonna edit that one. So we're gonna click on Edit. You see Edit Page. Now this is what we created, and you see here Edit with Elementor. So we click on Edit with Elementor, and it will take us to the front end of our website. If my internet is working with me, there we go. We'll get there. Bum, bum, bum. Normally it's a lot quicker than this. This is just my internet, guys, so don't worry about that. It has nothing to do with Elementor or whatever program. So here we have our page. You see there's nothing on it just yet. The only thing we have is a footer that you can also create in the back side of your website, and I already did that. And on top we have our menu. Here on the left we have all the sections of Elementor that we can use. Now you can create everything from scratch if you like. So we can drag and drop an image for your background, for instance, and over that you can put a text editor or a button or a video. But there's actually an easy way of doing this. What I would suggest is, you see here a plus and you see here a folder. I always click on the folder and add a template. Elementor, and this is one of the good things of Elementor, has a lot of built-in pages, templates, and blocks. So if you see here, these are the pages which you can choose from. Now, the same thing applies here. If you have a free account, you won't be able to use every single one of them. You see here Pro. Every time you see Pro, you need a Pro license to use that one. But there are quite a few actually that you can use on a free account. Now, if you like one, let's find one we like. I don't like this. Let's find one we like. Now let's say that you are a fitness instructor. Oh, that's not a good example. We are authors, so let's use something we can use as our author platform. Yes, let's use this one. It's not really for an author, but we can change that. So just go Insert. It's gonna load. And you can do the same thing with blocks. Blocks basically mean it's the same thing, but here you have a complete template. So you have, this is a block, this is a block, this is a block. They're all blocks. This is a complete template, but if you just want to use one or two blocks, you can just use the block section earlier. So this is how if you now will press here an update, you just barely can see that, but here it says update. Then your website is going to look like this, actually completely like you see over here. Now, of course, you want to personalize that a little bit more. So what you can do now is, let's say, is that you don't want to use this section at all. So you can you can see plus, you can have the edit section, and you can actually delete the section. So if we click on this, everything of this block will disappear. Now, if you made a mistake and you actually want to reverse that, I can't show you that, but here in the bottom right underneath my arrow, there's actually a section you can click on and to reverse that. So even if you make a mistake, don't worry, you can reverse that very easily. So let's say same thing here. This is our new block. So if you click on this, you will delete that block. You can also edit a section. So if I click on edit section, if you right click that, you can edit section. If you do that, then you can change everything here of this section. You can also duplicate it. So let's say you like what you made, but you want to use the same type of block again underneath here. So you want to have it again here. You click on duplicate. You can also do copy and paste. I always do duplicate. If you want to rearrange stuff, it works the same way. So let's say you want to rearrange this, just pick it up, you bring it on top, and then you can change that. Now you already know now how you can change this, so you can click on this part, right click, edit heading, and here you see you can change whatever you like of that heading. Now what you also can do is add a section. So let's say you want to add a section, then you can again include a new template. So let's say you want to have two templates over each other, or you want to have certain blocks on two templates, you merge them together, you can do that as well. But you also can use a block. So let's say you want to have an extra block on top. We just discard one of the top blocks. Let's say you want to change the old block for a new one. So let's say I want to use this one. You go insert. It's going to load again, and it's going to place it on top of it. So here's our new block on top of the old one we just have. So in this way you can adjust just as you like it. Basically, it's very easy how this works. If you see here 3 sections. Now if you just want to use 2 sections, you just go right click, you say I'm deleting this one. Now it just has 2 sections. If you want to have more sections, you can actually just duplicate it, and if you have 4 sections, duplicate it again, so you can do as much sections as you like. You can also do this manually by clicking edit section, on a plus, so you go plus, and instead of doing the folder, if you want to do things manually, you click on the plus, and it shows you, asks you how many sections you like. So 1, 2, or 3. So let's say I want to have 3 sections. You see here 3 sections here, and then you can just drag and drop. So you can right click over here, then you come back to the section. So let's say you want to add a video right here, drag and drop it right there. It includes a video. Now let's say I want to, in the middle, want to have a picture. So go back, you go image right over here, and on the right one want to have some text right over here. Now it has a default text. You can just of course change that to whatever you like. Change the style, change the advanced settings, the content, whatever you like. That's basically it. When you're finished with this and you like how this page looks like, you just click on update. It's right underneath here. You click on update, and if once you've done that, you can go back to your website. So I often just open a new tab, go to my main website, and I'm going to look for that part. So we just changed the this section over here. If you have that installed in one of your menus, then it's easy to be found. So let's say I install this one underneath my services, like we just explained in the beginning of this video. I showed you how to do that. So let's say I put this section underneath my services, and I want to check that out. I just hover over services and hover over the thing that you just changed, and then you can see how it looks like. Now this is a different page because I'm not going to use the one that we just created, but you get the idea. You can see how that works. Now if you made a page, so let's say we made this page but you haven't put that into your menu because you didn't want to. If you want to see how it works, then you go back to your website, you go back to your dashboard, you go back to pages, you go to all pages. You're going to find that page again. So here we have create our author website, and you click on view. If you click on view, then you'll see the same thing. So this is a little bit how Elementor works, and what's, in my opinion, the best way of creating a stunner website, which you can actually do everything for. It's free, just the web hosting costs a little bit, and if you want to have more things, you can always go pro with the Elementor and with the Astra team. You don't need to do that. I would recommend it if you are a little bit more serious with your author business and you want to include a little bit more things on your website. Now, if you want to have more information, you can find a lot of things on Facebook as well. So if you type in Elementor, you actually see here in Elementor community, you actually can join that if you like. It's an official Elementor group with a lot of tips and tricks as well. I'm not part of the community, I don't need it, but If you like to have more information about that or about Elementor in general, you can participate in it as well. Now, if you want to have more information about Elementor and creating a website just like we did over here, scroll down underneath this video. I will post a link to Verticorp. He's the guy that goes a little bit more in depth of everything I told you just now. If you want to get the pro version of Elementor, then you can go to my website. Let me go to Sharpe Fiction. Let me show you how to get the pro version of Elementor very easy and with a little bit of discount as well. So you go to my toolbox, so services, my toolbox. Oh, let me just discard that. You can create that as well in your website. It works the same thing, same way. I'll show you that in a second quickly how that works. Let me first show you how to get the Elementor Pro. So services, my toolbox. If you scroll down until you reach Elementor, you click for more information and you can download the Pro version or the free version, whatever you like, over here as well. And if you do decide to buy the Pro version, if you go to this link, you get a little bit of discount as well. Now, just quickly, let me show you how you can make that thing appear what I showed you in the beginning. So you can do that in the back side. You see here templates, you see here pop-ups, and if you use the pop-up, you can create a pop-up. Same way as you will create a page from the inside or from the outside. It works exactly the same. Right, so thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to subscribe. If you're looking for the links to Elementor or to my website or to my toolbox on my website, scroll down. I have a link underneath this video as well. Give me a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next video.